Hello, can you give me some advice on how to overcome social fears? I very often feel uncomfortable with people. Thank you and good evening. Good evening, young sir. Advice. It's just a feeling that happens. I know that's really easy to say, and it's not so easy when you're in social situations, but it's just a feeling. I don't have social anxiety, but I'm super sensitive to what other people feel. So if other people feel confident and relaxed and happy to sit in silence, then that's what I feel. If other people feel angry, then that's what I feel. If other people feel empty, then that's what I feel. I maybe don't feel the level of what they feel, so the level of agitation, level of anger, but I just feel those things. So if I'm with someone that's really insecure, then I just feel that and mirror that back to them. Don't one that's angry or what they want. So I get those feelings, and they're just feelings. Just feelings. They just come up and they pass in this. The reason that they feel so bad for you, more than likely, or why they're so intense, is because you're not being honest with them. So there's dishonesty there, so they're all confused and conflicted, and your body's just going into a deep contraction. You're identified with them, and you're longing to just experience pleasure. So it's just being honest. So where is it that you feel this social anxiety? What is it that you think people will do to you? So you go into the room. So I just go to the base of everything. So you go into a room and you think people are going to kill you. And then your hormones most will be getting balanced, adrenaline arises. The parent tries to make you be isolated, how it affects your way of speaking, and just see all of it's not true. All of its ideas arising and disappearing. And it feels uncomfortable. And just see that you feel like they're going to take something away from you. See that you feel that you've got to be someone for them. And that's okay. Just be honest to it. Allow it to come in. You know, those types of feelings that you're having are what we would have felt, when our lions were chasing us, or when we were really in danger, like hundreds and hundreds or thousands of years ago. But now you're having it over interacting with people, that in some way is going to kill you. You can also explore, like if you got traumatized, if you got bullied at school, you can explore the feelings that are there, the thoughts that will form, the ideas that you're not good enough, that people won't like you, and get to know it. And in getting to know it will create more acceptance and understanding. And it's a habit. So see it for what it is. It's simply a habit that you've identified with and that you've made it you. And then finally, who is this you that you believe yourself to be? See that there's impulses and urges and ideas arising, and they're all collecting together and sucking it in, saying, this is me. But who am I speaking to now? Who looks out of the eyes? Who hears? What is the difference between experiencing and the experienced? So what's the difference between your looking and my face, between your hearing and the heard? So if you shut your eyes now, where is that line between the hearing of my voice and my actual voice? And see that they're one and the same. Thank you. And I'm freaked out by the fact that full moons have so much to deal with my behavior. So much to do, I presume you mean, with your behavior. Yeah, if we're like 90% water, then of course full moons have a big effect on us. Look what they do to the oceans. Fabrizio. Usually when this social fear arises, I can feel some random disturbing thoughts and often a pain in my heart, like a sadness which springs out of my chest. So then more than likely what's happening to you when you walk into a room full of people is you're instantly telling yourself on the deeper level that you're unlovable. So when it's pain in the heart chakra, the negative thoughts tend to be, I'm not lovable, I'm going to be abandoned, nobody loves me, I'm going to be alone, I can't get on with groups, people are going to hurt me, I have nothing to offer. So this is something you'll have picked up in childhood and you'll have created identity out of it. That can create an identity of, you can, in order to cope with that and to make yourself feel better, you could start saying how most people are assholes, or that society is rubbish and it's a capitalist society and you don't have anything in common with people. And it's a way of dealing with those types of feelings. And the usual thought pattern is about me being someone who is important, but they are recognized as untrue because the stories they tell are just crazy. And the usual thought pattern is about me being someone who is important. Yeah, so this is like another way in which you deal with feeling like you're not enough, is you tell yourself the opposite, and then you strive to always be perfect. The perfect person in the room, which is super hard to do and a lot of pressure to always be a perfect person. So then you always try to control people's impression of you, the way people see you. And then any little mistake you make, it's like daggers in your heart. It's a game. Who you are is this consciousness that's everything, this experiencing which is mystery. You aren't that person. Just acknowledge it, just see the game that's playing out and the identification with it and the seeking to be loved. And that seeking keeps creating thoughts in your head and ideas and stories about yourself, how you're important, how one day you're going to fix world hunger, how you're going to become super enlightened and then everyone will fall at your feet. All these things. I mean, the enlightenment story is such a big ego thing. I'll become enlightened and then everyone will think I'm wonderful. You'll become enlightened and you can't be bothered. You can't be bothered to be anything. So then having people around you that think you're wonderful is a little bit irritating. Because you don't see yourself as wonderful, you just see yourself as this moment, and then people are trying to put you on a pedestal and you're like, any food? Anybody fancy a chip? Thank you for your honesty though. That's great that you've got to that level of honesty. That you can see that thoughts are trying to make you important.